Night Talk. Today, here we have Kiara Lugo, which she won the award for Best Nurse in Central Florida. How do you feel about that, Miss Kiara?
I feel really good. It feels nice to be rewarded because this job is super rewarding in itself, and I'm glad that I was just recognized for all my hard work.
Oh, wow, that's great. So, Kiara, what is your purpose?
Um, my purpose as an RN is to basically just offer a healing hand to the world and to provide care with compassion to all of my patients. I want to give them the best exceptional care that they could have.
Oh, wow, that's really great. And explain to me how you came to understand your purpose.
I came to understand my purpose when I was living in Puerto Rico and I was taking care of my grandmother, and she required a hospice care. So being able to provide some care for her, and just I understood the importance of it because not only was I working with my own family member, but I will be providing care for other people's family member or loved one. So I would want to give that treatment to other patients that I wanted my grandmother to receive.
Oh, wow, that's great. And how long were you in Puerto Rico for?
I was in Puerto Rico for 6 months.
Oh, wow, that's a pretty decent amount of time. Was that after or before Hurricane Maria?
It was after.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, Kiara, explain how your purpose is related to your values, your goals, your interests.
Um, my purpose is pretty much related to the fact that my strength as a person is to be that I'm a very adaptable and I'm empathetic. And it's something very important to have, especially in the nursing career, because you have to be adaptable to all different situations, whether you're going in for CPR or you're just going for a normal rounds for vital signs and stuff like that. And you just have to be able to like relate to your patient, because some of them might be going through something that's very complicated, and for them it's not easy to process. So you just have to keep that in mind and consideration when you're giving them care.
Wow, that is really, really true. And explain how your purpose is related to your career goals.
My purpose is related to me being a nurse because, again, like I said before, I do really want to provide the care and compassion to my patients that is just exceptional. I want them to be able to feel reassured and comfortable in their stay at the hospital, because that's what I want to do. I want to just be their healing hand, whether it's going to be physical or even emotional, because they go through a lot of like emotional distress in the moments of hard times.
Wow, that is really heart touching. And during the final semesters in college and following graduation from college, what was your career pathway?
During the end of my time in Valencia, I was already finishing up my clinical classes, and from there, at the moment I graduated with my associates in nursing, big deal for me. It was such a big accomplishment, actually.
Of course,
But
it's not easy.
as soon as I graduated, I got all of my certifications in check, whether it was for BLS, CPR, the oxygen tanks, and phlebotomy. And then also I took the NCLEX certification exam, as well as the state board license for the state of Florida. And all through that, I already had an internship at a physician's office.
Really?
And then I got the opportunity to work with Advent Health Hospitals.
Wow, guys, she's going places. So, can you describe to me what your profession is like, including like your duties and daily routines?
So as a nurse, you have different types of schedules or shifts. For me, I have 12-hour shifts.
Yes,
you
that is
work
correct.
3 days a week, so it's either they are in a row or it's every other day. But basically, the day starts just as soon as you get there. You're starting your rounds and you're introducing yourself to your patients, the set amount that you have for that day. You go in, you do rounds, get the vital signs, make sure they're doing okay, and get also information on why they're there. You want to make sure that you are up to date with all of the information from the physician himself, because that way you keep a plan of action accordingly and appropriate to each patient.
Yes.
I administer medication when it's time. draw blood for examinations, do the IV insertions or replacements. They also like perform life-saving procedures if necessary. Like if a person is starting to go to cardiac arrest, it's definitely like we're going down and performing that assistance that they need.
It's a scary job, isn't it?
Oh, it's scary at times because you have a patient's life in your hands. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's such a huge deal. Like sometimes,
It's a big responsibility.
yes, nurses sometimes get even overlooked at, and honestly, they need to like people need to realize that nurses hold a very important job in the hospital.
They're the ones who are with the patient the most.
Exactly.
Yes, that is correct. And explain the general workforce skills that are needed for your profession.
So,
Like, for example, what does it take to be a nurse?
okay, so basically, what takes to be a nurse? There's the physical aspects and also the emotional aspects. You need to be able to do some heavy lifting,
Yes.
stand up on your feet all day. Definitely learn how to manage your like your exhaustion and get enough sleep, because you definitely need the rest because you're up and at it for the next 12 hours from their shift starts. And not to mention if you get stuck doing a double shift if someone else didn't come in. Also, you have to be responsible and know that this is a high demanding job, and you have to be determined. You have to be adaptable to every situation that comes your way.
Yes, that is correct.
And also have the passion and drive, because I see some nurses that I work with that are very they're not passionate about what they're doing. They just focus on the salary aspect of the job without realizing that the salary is one part, but also wanting to do it is the other one. Because when a patient will know when you don't want to treat them right, or that you're just doing it just because you have to. Like, you have to have that care.
Yes, I agree. And what degrees have you completed?
So for a registered nurse, you can start working as a with a associates in science of nursing. I did get this degree from Valencia College with their nursing program. Great program. It was great because not only they provide you with the clinicals and the hands-on experience, but they really are there for you. Make sure that you know what you're doing every step of the way.
That's great. So I should definitely tell people I know that they should really go to Valencia for their nursing
Yes.
degree. That's really good to know. And about what was your average cost to go to school?
My average cost yearly at Valencia was approximately $6,731 with 40 cents. If we're getting right down to the specifics, but luckily, I didn't have to pay all of it out of pocket. I did have it completely covered by FAFSA, the Pell Grant, which is an amazing thing. Let me tell you, if you have the opportunity to use it, take advantage of it.
That's really good. I know there's a lot of people out there that apply for so many scholarships and they just don't get any.
Yeah.
But thank God that FAFSA was there to like
Yes.
help people out. And what steps did you take to ensure to successfully complete your degrees?
So to successfully complete my degree, I used almost all of the resources offered at Valencia College. The library was definitely like my go-to place, not only for me to quietly study and get focused, but also like I picked out books that were familiar with my subject and that I could like learn more about, either anatomy and physiology or the fundamentals of nursing.
Mm-hmm.
The learning center was like my savior during my years at Valencia, especially going to the math depot. Other than like the moderate advanced math, I really struggle with the more complex aspect of it. So thankfully they were able to help me. The tutoring was amazing. And of course I had the new student experience class, which my professor, she definitely explained to us the process of college, and not only that, and how to get to where you want and know more about yourself, know about your strengths and your qualities and who you are as a person, because that's, I think, is important when you go into this field.
That is really, really true. I went to Valencia as well a couple years ago, and I went to the Math Depot all the time because let me tell you, I'm not so good at math.
It's the greatest thing. And honestly, thank you so much for having me here today.
Of course, thank you for coming and congratulations on your award.
Thank you. It is definitely an honor to be recognized in such a great accomplishment.
That is so great. Well, I hope you accomplish many, many more to
Thank
come.
you.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for linking it and watching Kiki's Tea. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope to see you again soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.